Hi friends, welcome to another episode from Inspo English. I'm Xavier KS. Friends, today I'm here with a very useful video for all those who love to learn English and improve their communicative skill in English. Very often, the influence of the mother tongue is always there. So we find it very difficult to communicate effectively in English. Anyway, here is an eightfold path, 8 ways to improve your communicative skill. Watch it. I'm sure this will be very useful to you. Okay, 8 ways to improve your communicative skill in English. The first point that I would like to bring to your notice is that think in English. See, as far as we Malayalis are concerned, Malayalam is our mother tongue. And naturally we have always a tendency to think in Malayalam. That's a natural tendency. We cannot find fault with anyone for that. But if you want to learn English, try to think in English. You may not understand what is this thinking in English. One of my English teachers used to tell us, okay, try to smile in English. Anyway, that means you should have an affinity to the language if you want to learn it. So what is this thinking in English? Listen to this funny statement from a teacher or a parent. It can be from a teacher or a parent. When I think don't want, children are climbing on my shoulders and eating my ears. This is a very good example, a typical example for thinking in Malayalam and speaking in English. But I think the same thing can be presented in a simple way. The more concessions I give, the more naughty you become. So if we use the simple structure, the more, and we presented it. That is how we think in English. Don't just think in Malayalam and try to translate it into English. That's not going to do much. Okay, so there is think about everyday activities in English. You can just think of your day and describe the activities of the day, your plan for the day in simple English. Avoid translating from your mother tongue. Describe unknown words in English. If you want to speak, you need a rich vocabulary. Vocabulary means group of words known to a person. So improve your vocabulary by describing unknown words. And coming to the second point, just don't learn words. That means you write 10 words and put it in your pocket and read it 10 times a day. That's not the way. I don't deny that will do you some good, but that's not the proper way to improve your communicative skill. You can, of course, learn the meaning of the word and all that, but even that can be done in a better way by learning it in a context. Learning it in a context means you try to use it in a sentence related to our practical life. You will remember it better. Okay, so that's it. Learn vocabulary context in context. Practice making sentences and it helps you remember words better. Use social media, WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, Messenger. These days we have very good things from the social media. Social media can mislead you, of course, but you can take the good things from social media. For example, YouTube. You have a lot of videos supporting to improve your word power and your language. You can just listen to that. So make use of this social media very effectively. Coming to the third point, learn phrasal verbs. See, I have been posting videos in my channel inspoenglish.edu on phrasal verbs using the letters of the alphabet, and I have already posted several videos starting from the letter A to K. You can click my channel at inspoenglish.edu and get inspired to use phrasal verbs. Okay, so phrasal verbs, idiomatic expressions and phrasal verbs add charm to your language. That in every episode I repeat that statement. Don't focus too much on grammar. Very often what prevent us from talking English is the doubt, the fear whether we would go wrong. That's not good in learning English. Let mistakes be there, or let mistakes happen, no problem. You go on talking. Okay, for learning communicative English, you don't need any grammar as such. That means you don't need to learn any grammar well in advance. I will prove it with an example. See, a person not having any formal education is put in Mumbai city. Okay, because of some situation he is there now. Okay, maybe for a job or something like that. He is there. After 2 years, he comes back to his hometown, and I'm sure you will listen to good English from him. Why? Because he had been listening to somebody talking in English. He had no other choice but to learn English. He was exposed to an English speaking community. He hasn't learned any formal grammar. As an English teacher, I always post videos on English grammar. It has its own importance. When it comes to the question of an examination or an entrance test or in your writings, grammar is very important. But if you want to improve, now our topic of discussion is how to improve our communicative skill. Regarding that, what you have to do is practice talking. Listen to somebody talking in English. So go on talking. That inhibition that you have to overcome. The fear, the anxiety, whether you would make mistakes. Okay, don't focus too much on grammar. Focus on acquiring fluency. You go on talking. But gradually you will acquire this fluency and grammatical accuracy. Grammatical accuracy can be acquired gradually at a later stage. Now you start talking and go on talking. Okay, you can speak English without knowing grammar. Grammar learning develops your writing skill. For your writing skill, of course, you need grammar and structure. Then coming to the fourth point, watching movies, listening to music, news and cartoon channels. That means watch more films using subtitles. What do you mean by subtitles? When you watch an English movie, you may not be able to follow the dialogue, the conversation. Then suppose you switch on that option, subtitles. Use subtitles and watch. That means you will get the conversation written below, as a footnote in the screen, and we will follow the conversation. So that is the way how you have to watch English movies. That can support you in improving your English communicative skill. Then to music and news. News channels. You can watch news channels. BBC helps you to improve your pronunciation. The channel that I would like to suggest is BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. We have an Indian version here as well. And also you have Indian channels like NDTV 24/7, CNN News 18, then India Today. There are a number of channels you can listen to improve your communicative skill. So listen to news channels and cartoons as well. I mean, for the beginners, I am suggesting it for the beginners. I know certain children who have learned communicative skill in English and Hindi just by listening to cartoon channels. There is a danger. What is that? They are likely to get their attention to the movements of the figures in the cartoon channel, but some can make use of it. Some students are able to make use of it listening to the language as well. So that's one of the ways that I would like to suggest to improve your communicative skill. So audio visual learning helps to remember things better. Audio and visual, both should be there. That supports to remember things better. Repeat your favorite dialogues and catchy quotes. I still remember a sentence from Daniel Defoe, an English author and journalist. It goes like this. I was born under the shadow of St. Dunstan's steeple, where the conflicts of the eastern and western inhabitants of this city meet and jostle in friendly opposition at Temple Bar. I learned it in the 1980s. Still it is there in my mind. That means I imbibed that much, absorbed that much language. So by hearting, you need not by heart. As you learn, you repeat such sentences. Coming to Sir Isaac Newton, we say, I was a boy collecting pebbles. He compares himself to a little boy collecting pebbles from the shore of the vast ocean of knowledge. There are sentences like that. From Shakespeare, life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. It's a poor player that frets and struts its hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. Such catchy quotes and sentences can improve your communicative skill. That means you absorb, you get that much of vocabulary to improve your language. Once you learn something, it will be there in your head, and that will automatically flow to the tip of your tongue and you can speak. So repeat your favorite dialogues, catchy quotes. Once you learn something, you use it practically very often so that your language will be improved. Coming to the next point, narrate your word. Describe your daily activities in English. That means you plan the day hour by hour and just describe the activities that you have in your mind for the day in simple English, and you can very well improve your language. Make plans mentally hour by hour. Think in English, don't forget. Then record yourself. Use your phone to record yourself speaking. As you speak, you can record yourself. See, as I take this video, sometimes I may have to repeat the take because there can be some mistakes. To err is human and to forgive is divine. So this is what you have to do. Use your phone to record yourself speaking, and I think you will be interested to listen to your talk. So how it comes, how it appears. Use your phone to record yourself speaking. Gauge your progress. Gauge means measure your progress day by day. Every day you can just assess your progress in communicative skill. Then look for areas of improvement, and as you assess yourself, you can note down the areas where you need improvement. Make speaking English your lifestyle and make it a style. That means make it part of your life. Take a decision that I will always speak English. Whenever I get a chance to speak English, I will speak English. Okay, then coming to the next point, look for opportunity. Don't miss any chance to speak in public. Find people to chat in English. Whenever you get a chance to speak in public, in English, of course, don't miss it. Seize upon the opportunity to communicate in English and find people to chat in English. That means, suppose you have a friend who is very fluent, fortunately he has acquired the language. So you can just make a request to him. Can you just spare a few minutes of yours every day or twice or thrice a week to improve my English? And spend some 10 to 20 minutes if possible every day, otherwise very frequently, and ask him to correct your mistakes as you speak. You should be humble enough to accept your mistakes and improve yourself. I think we all followed that method. We used to speak with somebody. We had that environment. As I was in the boarding school, we had a chance to improve our language in that way. Anyway, gauge your progress every day. Don't miss any chance to speak in public. Find people to chat in English. So you have to find somebody to speak in English. These days I find some YouTube channels. They provide such opportunities to talk, one-to-one talk. That is really good to improve your communicative English. Then last point, eighth one, out of the eight ways to improve your English. The last point, start speaking, get help. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be embarrassed if you make a few mistakes. Get help to correct your mistakes. That is, see, coming back to my life, as I was doing my pre-degree in those days, I was in the boarding, as I said, and there was a teacher entrusted to correct us. That means every child had a teacher to support. And during my first year of the pre-degree course, I wrote some 125 compositions. And I was not just writing them at a stretch, one after the other. I used to write one, then go to the teacher, get it corrected, and rewrite the corrected version, and then go to the next one. Go for the next one. That way, I wrote some 125 compositions. That has helped me to improve my language a lot. So, write compositions. Don't be afraid. And when you make a mistake, don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy. That will be an inhibition, okay, an obstacle on your path. Don't be embarrassed if you make a few mistakes. Get help to correct your mistake. Get somebody, maybe an uncle or one of your favorite teachers. Get their support to get what you write corrected so that you can improve your English. Okay, this video is comparatively lengthy. Don't worry, watch it patiently. I'm sure these points will help you a lot to improve your communicative English. Thank you so much. I'll be back with another useful video. Till then, goodbye.